Hey guys, it's Brandon Lewis here with one of the people that I love the most, Brandon Pierpont, the only guy I trust to do online leads in the painting industry. We're here in beautiful Coronado, is that how you pronounce it?
Coronado.
Coronado Island in California, where a glass of wine apparently costs $40.
That's what it costs
That's
here.
what I just discovered. A well-governed state from what I hear. And
Inflation. Taxes.
we're at the commercial forum for the Painting Contractors Association, and we'd like to talk to you about what happens in the winter, which is terrible, as we all know, especially for residential contractors, because that market absolutely positively dries up. You watch your savings account just take a crap. Can you say that?
We'll allow it.
We'll allow
we can say it here.
And it just gets awful, and you have to lay your guys off, and it's just miserable. But the folks that are here are learning how to find those large commercial interiors that keep your painters working pretty much all winter long. Have you enjoyed the conference so far?
I love it, man. Yeah, if you didn't come, I'm a little disappointed in you, but we have something even better coming up for you.
So we're hosting a little event called the Commercial Winter Work Bootcamp. We'll get to that here in a minute. It's on December 9th. But in the meantime, we're going to talk a little bit about what makes the commercial market different and how, whether or not you've ever gone after commercial work, it's super easy. It's not as complicated as you think. And with a little applied effort and a handful of systems, you can be landing your first commercial repaint client in about 60 days or less. So what have you heard as some of the biggest complaints from your clients? Because I know that you have, I'm not kid you not, guys, this is the truth. He has generated 300,000 leads. That's like baffling. Produced $250 in $250. I hope he's done better than that.
We've produced over $250 in painting revenue.
$250 million in painting revenue. I didn't mean to sell you so short.
Lost a couple zeros.
I'm short myself, so those things happen. And so, and it's just an amazing the amount of revenue you produce. So you're around painting contractors all the time. What are some of the biggest complaints that you hear from your residential clients in the winter?
Yeah, I mean, residential is highly seasonal, right? And homeowners, they get scared. Painting's pretty much a want, typically. It's not usually a need. So it's more of a discretionary purchase, whereas commercial, it's going to be more of a need. There's a budget and things get done. And people get scared. People are emotional. So you got tariffs, you have inflation, you have all the different things that have been happening recently, and then winter comes around and you lose the exterior projects and people are doing holiday shopping, and it's a very emotional, that market obviously takes a massive dive in the winter, and there's not much you can do about it. You can get much more effective at marketing, but at the end of the day, the leads are fewer, they cost more, and the jobs aren't usually that big.
Yeah, and the other issue that compounds the problem is the fact that you have got more people chasing less work, and so the cost of lead and the cost per sale, even when properly managed, goes through the roof, and you're just putting lots of money out for what typically end up being smaller jobs. They heard that we were talking about secret things, and they're sending the Air Force over here. Here in Coronado Island, apparently there's a big Air Force base, so we apologize in advance for the lack of the sound quality.
All the flyovers.
But the beauty is in commercial, and this is, if you don't do a lot of commercial, you wouldn't know this, at the middle of the year, they are spending the entire budget that is allocated for 2025, right? Which means that they've got to get rid of it. Like, that's the funny thing about the government and big businesses. Like, we got to spend it. Do we need it? No, but we got to spend it. It's been budgeted. And then the budget gets released for 2026. And so while the residential market is holding on to their dollars because they've gotten their credit card bill for the Barbie dream house that they bought, which they had to mortgage now with inflation. And
the new 50-year mortgage.
50-year mortgage on the Barbie dream house. And so their consumer debt, God knows everybody in America is up to their eyeballs in debt, but the commercial, like, they're releasing budgets, they're spending budgets, and there's just more work.
Yeah, so there's somebody here, we won't get any names, but he's found a really good connection with some general contractors, and and he does work, and basically we'll give them a call, and he'll say, hey, I'm thinking about coming in at X price. Is that crazy? And they oftentimes are telling him to increase it. Right?
Wow.
Go ahead and double that price, then come in at that. And he's just laughing all the way to the bank, taking home this massive profit margin. What homeowner are you going to call and say, hey, I'm thinking about quoting you this. Go ahead and double it,
Double
and I'll
that.
sign it. It's a different game.
Yeah, corporate money they're awash in it in many cases. Not every industry, not every vertical, so don't get us the wrong way. Some verticals in commercial are pretty cheap, but a lot of them are very fluent. Now, we've talked about money, which is the driving force. It's the reason most people start a painting business, that and quality of life. But then the other issue that you have during the winter, if you're a residential contractor, is the fact that you've built up this large team during the spring and the winter, and nobody likes to hire, nobody likes to recruit. It is a big pain in the you-know-what. And all of a sudden, the residential work starts drying up, and you start laying off these people that you freaking spent, I don't know, tens of thousands of dollars training and recruiting, and the whole cycle starts over again in the spring. It's wash, rinse, repeat. While the commercial contractors, or those that have a hybrid business that's diversified, they're able to retain their painters, and maybe they have to let one or two go, but they're not like cutting half the team out, and it just allows that longevity so that you can build the team year over year.
It's so interesting because the market ebbs and flows between whether it's leads that are the problem or labor. With COVID, it became labor, this massive labor shortage. Don't have enough people to complete the work. Obviously, participation in the trades has declined.
Absolutely.
So that's become an issue. And so there's this kind of pendulum. And if you find good people, you really don't want to lose them, right? Because next time that pendulum swings back, they're going to be loyal to the painting companies that keep them busy. And if you're having to be in this inefficient cycle of recruiting in the spring and the summer, and you find good crew leads and you find good painters, and sorry guys, we can't keep you busy, got to lay you off. It's so inefficient. It's really challenging to scale a business like that.
Some of the worst memories I have of running my painting business was when I had to tell people around Christmas, here's your Christmas bonus. By the way, you're sitting at home for 2 weeks. Like, nobody loves to have that conversation because these folks have families to feed. They've got kids to buy presents for. They've got bills to pay. And you want to make sure that you're keeping them busy. In addition to all of that, the chuck and the truck painters, which we all compete with, folks with no insurance, no license, people that came from another planet. We don't know where these people come from.
They just show up, man.
They're just showing up. They're painting for $2.50 an hour.
It's crazy.
And the residential market gets inundated with those people because they're trying to do the same thing you are, which is just to keep your painters busy. Whereas in commercial, it takes a little bit to get into it, but man, once you've got a client, it is so insulated. Like, there's this protective bubble around commercial for the folks that get on the inside, but so few people know how to get into that insiders club in commercial that you can see it from afar. Everybody knows the handful of commercial repaint contractors that are servicing, the hospitals, the assisted living facilities, the manufacturers, the tank yards that make huge paychecks. But you're like, how do I get into that? So talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing at the Commercial Winter Work Bootcamp. We're kind of going to do a 1-2 punch. I'm going to handle the traditional marketing aspects, the direct response marketing. We're going to talk about sales processes. We're going to talk about list building and just all the event traditional involvement in the networking, and you're going to handle the digital aspects.
Yeah, and when you combine those two things, it's a powerhouse. Because there are ways to digitally market commercial. I think so many people think, well, you just have to know people, or you have to go to these networking groups. It's the only way to grow commercial. Obviously, it's very relational. It's extremely important, but there are also ways to acquire leads just like there are in residential. So there's a top of funnel, if you will, through effective website creation, through effective inbound. So getting people to actually find you for the kinds of projects you complete, how to position yourself as the expert, so you have people just naturally looking to you, which is far more, it's just a far better way to start that conversation if you have them coming to you versus you coming to them. There's paid ads that you can run, so LinkedIn, Google pay-per-click is highly effective with commercial, less so for residential. Even Meta, there's some ways to run ads on Facebook and Instagram. People think you can't do it for commercial. You can if you do it the right way. So when you combine the traditional with the digital, and you structure everything the right way, and you also have just a strong brand presence. So even with the traditional, you're going out and meeting people, what's their next step? They're going to do their research. They're going to do their homework. They're going to look at your site. They're going to look at everything you have online. When you set that up intentionally, you just become a juggernaut, right? Where other people are still trying to figure out how to break into the market at all.
Yeah. So the last, 12 years I've been coaching painting contractors, 550 in 7 countries. And I started coaching probably 11 years ago on going after commercial repaints because that was a big deal with my business. We had Volkswagen. We had the Tennessee Aquarium. We had the Rains Group, which you wouldn't know is a commercial property management group in the area. We had Transmontane, which is a huge tank yard facility, and a variety of other folks. I could go on and on that were really big. I was in what a lot of folks don't know, BOMA, Business Owners and Managers Association. I was their Associate of the Year. And so I built deep roots in commercial, and it was so lucrative for me. One of the first things I started teaching our members is how to go after that. And we did it through a variety of direct response marketing campaigns. You have to have a good offer, a good sales process, figuring out what's in your backyard, for the love of Pete. If you pull lists, if you do some freaking simple searches, if you go to a few events, there's stuff right behind your office. I hear this all the time. Well, I didn't know this thing. It's like 300,000 square feet that employs 200 people, and I'm out here painting this thing because I painted his house. Well, why don't we just go after these people directly and quit messing around? And the thing that always kills me is when I would talk to facility managers and maintenance managers, and our guys have had the same experience. Pete's sitting in the basement by the boiler. Pete, the facility manager. And he's getting called about clogged toilets and the HVAC is out and whatever else. And meanwhile, he's got a freaking $1.5 million painting budget that he can dole out. Pete doesn't get called by any painting contractors. I used to ask the guys, when's the last time a painter ever called on you? And it was either never, or this one guy showed up one time when he was desperate. He talked to me one time and I never saw him again. This is like taking candy from a really big, rich baby. And who doesn't want to do that?
Pete.
Yes, Pete.
He's
in the basement and by the boiler.
A little weird, but
he is a little strange, but who cares? He's got lots of money.
He's got so much
money.
money.
So, a lot of people want to break into this, and at our commercial winter work boot camp, we're going to do something that's a little different. A lot of times you go to these talking head conferences where people give you lots of advice, and it's a ton of true how or not what to do advice, meaning you need to do this, you need to do that. But if you don't have the how to do it, if you don't have the tools and the templates to do it, if you don't have somebody besides you, because you're going to run into issues where you don't know what to do, or maybe you just have a bad concept or a bad experience, and you need somebody to keep you on track. And if you can surround yourself with a community of people that's trying to achieve the same goals, it's a big, huge difference. Because if you've got all that, just like I helped Fresh Coat Painters develop and launch their commercial program, you're going to hear from Tara Riley, who grew that monstrously large during her tenure there. You can make it happen. This formula has been tried over and over again, and it's always worked.
Yeah, 100%. This is if you have the know-how, then you can implement it. We want to give you the tools. We want to give you the strategies. We want to actually give you the frameworks that you can go ahead and implement today, because this is about actually getting your next commercial painting project, your first, might be your first, within the next 60 days. So we're going to lay out a clear action plan. We're going to give you everything that you need to implement. This isn't theory. This isn't us hypothesizing or just general vague notions of, hey, do this and create this kind of culture and make your brand stand out. We're actually going to give you what you need to do so that you can actually do it and get the results that you're looking for. This is an in-depth, what is it, 5 hours, something like that we're going to be presenting this stuff, because we're going deep. We're going super deep. Brandon's going deep. He's coached hundreds, thousands, whatever, a whole lot of painting companies. Billions of painting companies. I think you said 550, but he's been doing it for over 10 years.
I'm old. That's what he's trying to say in a very nice way.
Very old, very wise, sage Brandon. I've been doing this for 6 years. We've worked with over 400 painting companies, generated, over
$250 worth of business.
$250. Gonna at some point get to $1,000 worth of revenue that we've generated. So, we're both. I don't want to. I mean, we don't like to bullshit. So I'll just. No. We don't. So Brandon and I, we like to achieve things. We like to actually be able to do stuff. And so this is a real thing. This is a real webinar. It's going to actually give you guys tons of frameworks, and we know it's going to. We're so confident it's going to that if you come and you don't like it, just send us an email. Say, hey guys, I'm listening. I'm here. I'm not enjoying it. Send us an email before the event's over. We're going to refund you because you're going to like it. It's going to give you what you need.
Pierpont doesn't need anybody's money. If I had Pierpont's money, I'd burn mine. So
I'll still talk with Pete. I'll take Pete's call. Yeah.
So you're thinking, okay, well, this is great. I'm going to come to this webinar, whatever. I've heard this kind of stuff before. So I'm a big proponent of tools. What I've discovered is you give people advice, you give people a good framework to hang it on, you tell them step by step what to do, but if you don't give them the tools, the physical tools to go do the work, like if you told a painter, go put paint on the wall, and you didn't give him a brush, you didn't give him a roller, you didn't give him a sprayer, what's he going to do? Like, put it on there with his hands? Like, you need tools in the business systems, just like you need tools to paint a house. So here's what I'm going to be providing on my end is the 60-day commercial client capture checklist. A lot of folks, I mean, it sounds crazy to get hung up on this, but they don't even know how to build a list of prospects. They're like, I want to get that, but I don't even know how to identify where they are. So I've done this over and over again. We're going to get you that framework.
Just quit before they start.
Yes, quit before they start. That's the best. I mean, just save yourself the trouble. We're going to do the 15-minute commercial prospect building list tool, one irresistible offer campaign that attracts commercial interiors. There's a thing in marketing called a control piece, and that means here's something that has been used by people over and over and over again in a variety of different markets. It always generates leads. The offer is important. Most people make a bad offer, but honestly, a bad offer in the commercial space is better than no offer. I mean, you could write, I want to paint stuff on a cocktail napkin, walk in there and show it to them.
We paint real good.
We paint real good.
That's real pretty like.
That would be better than most painters who never even approached the market. I'll just give you that. And then we're going to do the 4-step direct marketing lead generation campaign. You got to combine your mediums. A lot of folks are like, well, what works for marketing? And they always talk about the medium. They skip the market, they skip the message,
skip the offer, skip the avatar,
skip everything like that. It's like, oh, just what is it? Is it phone? Is it?
There's a secret medium. Doesn't matter what you say. Doesn't matter who you say it to.
Is it a courier pigeon? Is it a singing telegram? We don't
Smoke
know.
Signal.
All of it. In marketing, I'm a big fan of it's freaking all of the above. Is there any way you can reach these people? Let's combine it, let's compress it, and the response rates increase when you do that. And then finally, or not finally, I got 2 more. You ready? Can you last this long?
I'm trying, man.
I got the commercial conversion route follow-up toolkit. You're going to hammer some of these guys with everything in the kitchen sink, and they're not going to respond, and then we're going to have to drop the atom bomb on it, and that's what this is. And then finally, you get somebody, I've got the decision maker at XYZ Corporation, which owns half your town. Some of you are in this situation where you've got this large employer or whatever it is, but he's not ready yet. That doesn't mean that he's not ready at some point. And so keeping those prospects warm. You've already put the money and the time in. It's like I spent 3 months trying to find the person. I finally spent 2 months finding the decision maker. This is somebody that can give you $5 million a year in work, but he's not quite ready. Don't stop there. Good grief, don't stop. It's like you're chipping away and you're 3 feet from the gold and you just walk out with your pick. No, let's get to that golden nugget of opportunity in commercial.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what you're going after. So we're going to walk through all that because I've helped people, and I'll close with this on this point. We got guys that are big in commercial. I mean, guys that started out in zero that are now 5, 6, 7 million. I've watched them grow up like I've watched my kids grow up. And it's just amazing. And I'm telling you, every time we apply this methodology with folks that aren't bone lazy, it works.
I was thinking that picture that you're talking about with the...
I didn't steal that. That's my original idea.
Oh, it's yours?
Yes.
Well, the internet...
I drew that.
Internet found your idea, and I then found your picture online. And actually, when I was starting my first painting company, my first auto detailing company, that's my background. I had an auto detailing company, built it, sold it.
You left a lot of headlamps.
Yes. I actually printed that and I put it on the wall. And I would look at that over and over again. So don't quit. Don't give up. I'm big into that. But
you can't. You can't. It builds over time. The harder you work and the longer you do it, the luckier you get.
It's weird how that works. You work really hard and you get really lucky. It's so weird.
So you do a lot of big events. You have lots of people that come to them. You're a master at getting butts in seats, which is, frankly, we do event marketing and commercial repaints marketing, and getting butts in seat is still a component of what I teach. But we're not putting too many butts in too many seats this time. We're limiting it.
Yeah, so this one we're capping. This is going to be, we want to interact directly with you guys. This is not some big event. We're capping this at a hard cap of 75. We want you to have time to ask questions. We want to be able to address all this with you, work through it together. This is a boot camp, right? It's not a webinar, traditional webinar where you sit and you passively take notes and you probably then don't do anything, but you feel good about yourself because maybe you got a couple ideas. We want you to actually apply these frameworks. We want you to get the feedback that you want. We want you to interact directly with me, with Brandon, with Tara, all of her incredible wealth of experience in franchising and commercial painting and building up these juggernauts that she's built. We want you to get that hands-on experience, so we are capping it at 75. We're going deep. Again, if you come and you're one of those 75 and you say, hey, this isn't what I thought it was going to be, cool, money back, right? We want to help. We want to make sure that this is massively impactful. And we're giving you what we have. Brandon, he's been doing this so long, he has so many frameworks, he's giving them to you. And then I'm going to lay out what you actually need to do, marketing step by step, to position yourself for these sales, to run the ads, that's going to get the leads, to actually have these conversations in a bigger way than you can with the traditional loan. It's when you combine those two things, that's when you have massive impact.
Absolutely, and because you won't believe anything we tell you, because you're painters, I'm just going to go ahead and throw that out there. You're
skeptics.
Just skeptics. So through. We're actually going to have contractors come on there, and we'll have an open Q&A. You can ask them in the panel about how I'm a lying SOB and none of my stuff works. And maybe they agree with you. I hope they don't. But folks that I've coached, folks that I've helped, people that Pierpont's worked with that have seen results. But it's coming up soon. What's the date?
December 9th.
December 9th. What time are we starting?
11 Eastern?
11, I think so.
It'll be, the information will be there. You'll be able to see it. Pretty sure it's 11 Eastern. But there are some people coming on. So I do some other events, right? Some digital events. No, I've never done one like this. Never done one this in depth. Never done one providing this kinds of frameworks, and never done it to this level. So I'm excited for this. If I do some other digital events, I've asked some painters to speak at those that have said nope, because they only speak for this guy. Those painters are going to be speaking. Yeah, I don't think I actually told you that. Yeah.
Wow,
got rejected, shut down. You know, we have events where thousands of people come and they said, no, we're loyal to Brandon. We don't present.
We're not competitors. That's interesting.
No, they don't. They just don't like to present, but they do it to you as a favor because of how much you've helped their business.
I do it to you as a favor because one day, my friend, you may need something.
That's basically how it is. Yeah, I don't think I told you that. But so you guys are getting special stuff that I actually can't get unless we do a Team Brandon.
Yes, Team Brandon squared.
Yeah.
No, is it squared? Is it if you multiply it by 2? Is that how that works?
I don't know.
We don't know. Our mathematics skills are a little dicey outside of the basic painting math.
They're good enough to make money in the painting space,
yes.
though.
So guys, listen, to wrap all this up, because I'm sure you've enjoyed this jovial obliviating, but to wrap all this up.
Anyone who's still listening will probably get along great with them. We need to grab a beer for sure.
Yes, we're going to go grab a beer. We're sitting here by the beach. We're going to go. We would love to hang out with you longer, but the beach is calling.
If you're still watching, you're the kind of person we want to hang out with.
Yes, you're the folks that actually want to get into it.
Yeah.
You know, when I talk to folks, this is something an old mentor told me a long time ago. So if you're speaking to a large audience, you're not really talking to the audience. You're talking to the 3 to 5% of people that actually will take action. And at this event, we're going to give you the tools, the framework, that if you came to this event and you took the tools and you never did anything with me or anything with Brandon, you could go succeed. If I got hit by a bus and it killed me, it could be a small bus, like even a short bus, and it would kill me.
Could be like a tricycle, maybe.
Tricycle, maybe, even like with an overweight child on it. They could probably murder me. Like when they make them bigger than they used to.
They do.
And so
they're big now.
If I got hit by an obese child on a bicycle and died, you could go out and take these things and freaking succeed. Because I've seen people do it in silence. I've watched folks that are honestly, they didn't know it. They were natural-born commercial salespeople, and they were running a painting business, and they go out and they start this process and they figure out, I love it. I love meeting people. I love engaging with folks. I love chasing down these big jobs. They never knew they had a talent for it because they'd stuck in that kind of meat grinder of residential order taking, and they found out that they are really cut out for this, and I hope that you are as well. And if you've got even a little bit of talent, or frankly, if you just do it mechanically, you're still going to succeed because everybody else is doing this. Zip, zada, nilch. You get into this, you get a client, it's very insulated, it's very recession-proof in certain situations, and it certainly is the best market to go after in the winter.
Yeah, and if you're doing residential already and you're entertaining the idea of adding commercial, there's so much benefit to it because it can help reduce your seasonality, it can keep you fed, keep your painters fed in the winter, and then the residential can, throughout the rest of the year, be these steady kind of smaller jobs, and then all of a sudden you get these big commercial projects, these big paydays that you wouldn't be getting if you weren't playing in that space. So it's even if you're a residentially focused painting company, if you're entertaining the idea of going commercial, I wouldn't want to start and kind of flounder around, fumble around and say, well, maybe I'm just not cut out for this, or maybe I can't do it. If I'm even entertaining the idea, then I'm going to want to go ahead and equip myself, have the tools, have the strategies, have all the experience, give it to me, and then let me actually go ahead and see how it goes now that I'm equipped for success.
Right. There's somewhere around this video, there is a link. But if you go to commercialwinterwork.com, for those of you that are just listening on a podcast or wherever you're listening, if you just type in commercialwinterwork.com, you can sign up. Again, limited to 75 contractors. It's the best time of the year to go after this. Lead us out, Pierpont.
It's going to fill up. We want to see you there. We are going to make it very much more than worth your while. The investment's going to be a drop in the bucket relative to the value you're going to receive. If you're serious about your painting company, if you're serious about growing your commercial division or starting your commercial division, we'll see you there.
And I lied because the thing that I just want to strangle people. Sorry, I lied. Because
I haven't.
One commercial job will pay for this 15, 20 times over. Don't make your decisions with your emotions, because you don't deposit your emotions into the bank. It's always hard numbers. Make your marketing decisions on the numbers. Put in a little money, put in some time, and reap the rewards. Join us there.